Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
BBC News World.
March 10, 4:20 America, New York, Ukraine war. Kyiv and Moscow hold high-profile talks. The talks in Turkey come after Kyiv accused Moscow of a war crime for bombing a children's hospital.
Mirror World News, March 10, 3:38 America, New York, Mariupol hospital bombing, 3 killed including child in ultimate genocide. The Mariupol maternity hospital was bombed by Russian forces on Wednesday in one of the most horrific attacks yet amid the devastating invasion in Ukraine.
Time.
March 10, 3:34 America, New York, how South Korea's Yoon Suk-yeol capitalized on anti-feminist backlash to win the presidency. The last few weeks on the campaign trail have been a blur for Jang Ha-young, a lawmaker in South Korea's Progressive Justice Party. But amid the flurry of train rides and stump speeches to support her party's long-shot presidential candidate, Sim Sang-young, Jang says one moment stood out.
Washington Post World.
March 10, 3:06 America, New York, Iran offers mixed signals as nuclear talks deadline looms. Iran is offering mixed signals as a deadline loomed in talks over its tattered nuclear deal with world powers.
New York Times World News. March 10, 3:02 America, New York, India elections. Uttar Pradesh looks likely to stay in B.J.P's hands. Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state, looks likely to stay in the Bharatiya Janata Party's hands, despite the ravages of COVID and a plummeting economy. B.J.P.
Fox World News.
March 10, 3 o'clock America, New York, head of Eastern Orthodoxy condemns Putin, Russian invasion of Ukraine. The head of Eastern Orthodoxy, Patriarch Bartholomew of Constantinople, offered a rare public criticism when he condemned Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Fox World News.
March 10, 2:59 America, New York, how South Korea's election of Yoon Suk-yeol may affect relationship with U.S. Elected in one of the narrowest presidential races in South Korea's history, Yoon Suk-yeol, the country's former top prosecutor, is a political newcomer with the Conservative People Power Party who has sometimes been compared to former President Trump.
Washington Post World.
March 10, 2 o'clock America, New York. Internet experts suggest ways to selectively block Russian military and propaganda sites. The proposal is seen as a way to avoid blanket restrictions that would affect web access for average Russians.
Mirror World News.
March 10, 1:12 America, New York, Russia calls horrific bombing of kids' hospital that sparked outrage fake news. Russia has branded as fake news the claims from Ukraine that it was guilty of the horror bombing of a Mariupol children's hospital, which has caused global outrage.
CNN World News.
March 10, 048 America, New York, https://www.cnn.com/videos/2022/03/09/women-in-dash-ukraine-staying-to-fight-tgb-international-vp-x.cnn. CNN's Christina McFarlane reports on how some Ukrainian women are helping combat Russian forces.
CNN World News.
March 10, 048 America, New York, sponsorships policy. Read more about CNN's sponsorships policy.